Hi guys, this is Teacher Khoo. So today, right, 6th November 2020 is the date of Paper 2 for our H2 Math A-level students, right? So I believe all our students have already completed their math paper, and there's a lot of discussion on some of those questions. I mean, majority of people actually kind of complain that the paper is slightly harder than usual. There's some people who find it easy. Good for you, congratulations. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about one particular question, question 8, which I've heard of people complaining, saying that it is actually a P&C question that disguises itself as a binomial distribution question. So no doubt it does look a little bit like binomial because of the way it's presented, like the probability of r equals 1, r equals 2, and so on. It does look a little bit like a binomial PDF, okay? However, just want to clarify one thing is that this is definitely not a binomial distribution question because the probability of choosing a rectangle every time is not constant, okay? Which means that initially, the first rectangle that you take, okay, for the first choose might be 17 over the total, 17 over 28, okay? And if you want to get a second rectangle, the second time in the second draw, is going to be 16 over 27, and so on, right? So the probability, as you can see, is not constant because the 12 shapes are not chosen with replacement, simply because the computer says that it's choosing 12 things, which means 12 different things. So you can't repeat the 12 things, and which also means that you cannot replace the thing that you draw every time you draw it. So now the question is asking us to show that one of it is smaller than the other. Okay, so how do I present? I would like to write it out as a fraction. Okay, this way. So probability of 1 r equals to 1 over error. Probability of r equals to 2. Okay, first of all, how do I get one rectangle? Let's just say that the first draw is a rectangle. Okay, I know it doesn't have to be the first draw rectangle, but I just say it is. So 17 over 28. And then I'm going to get a second draw that is not a rectangle. So it has to be a circle, right? So 11 over 27. 10 over 26. Don't worry, I'm not going to do this for 12 times, okay? So dot, 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 dot. And then the last shape that I'm going to choose is also a circle, okay? So 17. Yeah, so after 11 things done. Okay. Okay, so before we move on, right, I gotta do this is, just now we mentioned that this way of calculating the probability is if the first draw is a rectangle, but it doesn't have to be, right? So what if the rectangle happens at the second draw, or the third draw, or the fifth draw, and so on, right? So to get all the possibilities of the different sequences, I gotta do this thing called 12 factorial, because there are a total of 12 things, divide by 11 factorial, because there are 11 repetition. There are 11 things from the same category, which is 11 circles. Okay, and then divided by the probability of r equal to 2. So that's going to be rectangle, rectangle, and then followed by 10 circles, which is circles, circles, and all the way until circles. Okay, so 10 circles, and the denominator is going to be the same, and exactly the same as the dot, and then 17. Right, so did I miss anything? All right, 2. Okay, cool. So same thing, the sequence of ordering, 12 factorial over, now the repetition is not 11 but of the same category, is 2 things from the same category, 2 rectangles, as well as 10 circles. So in this case, I can simplify them by cancelling the same terms, such as, first of all, of course, the denominator is the same, okay? Denominator same, and then the 12 factorial and 12 factorial also same, so all can cancel. Okay, 17 and 17 also can cancel, then 11 all the way to 2, and then 11 all the way to 2. I mean, I never cancel the 1, but technically the 1 is just not going to do anything much, right? So with that, the leftover thing is going to be 1 over 11 factorial over 16 over 2 factorial, 10 factorial, which is equals to, let's see, 10 to 2. Oh no, I need calculator. Oh, 1 over 88. Okay, so if the probability of r equals to 1 over probability of r equals to 2 is 1 over 88, doesn't that also means that 88 times probability of r equals to 1 is equals to probability of r equals to 2? And that also means that probability of r equals to 1 is actually a lot smaller than probability of r equals to 2, right? So with that shown, 2 marks. Yeah. Any questions? Comment below. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so now part 2, the question decides to add r rectangles. So the total number now becomes 17 plus r plus 11. So the total number now is 28 or 28 plus r. Okay, number of circles no change to 11. Number of rectangles now becomes 17 plus r. So how are we going to do this? Let's read the question. It says the probability of 4 rectangles is actually 15 times the probability of 3 rectangles. Okay, so we're going to use the same method. Find both of them and then solve for r. Okay, so 4 rectangles, I'm going to have 17 plus r over 28 plus r, 16 plus r, 27 plus r, 15 plus r, 26 plus r, and then the 4th rectangle, 14 plus r, 25 plus r. Right, so that's 4 rectangles and then 8 circles, right? So 8 circles are going to be 11, 10, all the way for 8 numbers. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, so 5, 4. So there's 8 numbers at the top and followed by 8 numbers at the bottom. Da, 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 da. So what is the last one? 8. That's going to be 17 plus r. Okay, so not forgetting not forgetting the 12 factorial over 4 factorial, 8 factorial. All right, so that's equals to 15 times. Okay, so what's the probability of r equal to 3? Same thing. Let's just say 3 rectangles. 17 plus r, 16 plus r, 15 plus r. And then 9 rectangles, right? Sorry, 3 rectangles chosen, which means I need to have 9 circles. So 9 circles is going to be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so that's all for my numerator. And then the denominator will be, oh, exactly the same. 28 plus r, 27 plus r, all the way 12 different numbers going to be n 17 plus r. In fact, it's exactly the same as the left side. Okay. Okay, so now times the number of ways to arrange them. 12 factorial over 3 factorial because 3 rectangles, 9 circles. Okay, we are done with forming the equation and listing them out in terms of r. Okay, as usual, we're not going to solve everything, right? So we're going to cancel away a lot of repeated things, such as the first thing I would like to cancel is the long denominator. Was sure, right? One line, no, I mean 2 lines. 2 lines, you strike out a lot of headache. Okay, so another thing, 12 factorial, cancel, 12 factorial, cancel. And then what else do you have? 17 plus r, 16 plus r, 15 plus r, cancel, cancel, cancel on both sides, to be fair. And then look at the number. 11 times 10 times all the way times 5 times 4. Same for here. So now you cancel away all these things, right? I'm just going to circle out who are the survivor in green color. So this guy survived. Congratulations. This guy survived. This guy survived. This guy survived. And not forgetting the 15, which is given by the question. Very good. Not a lot of survivor. So now let's go. Let's do this. 14 plus r over 4 factorial, 8 factorial equals to 15 times 3 over 3 factorial, 9 factorial. Then if you want to simplify a bit also can. If not, you press calculator. Yeah, you can cancel lah. 8 factorial and 9 factorial cancel, just become 9. 3 factorial, 4 factorial cancel, just become 4. Okay, if you understand what I mean, good lah. If not, just press calculator. It doesn't stop you from getting r equals to 6. And that's all. That's all to this question, and I hope you find this question easy. Usually it's like that one lah. During the exam or panic lah, stress lah, then sometimes your brain cannot think. Okay, then after the exam, right, when you are no longer stressful, suddenly a lot of things just become like easier for you. Like suddenly your brain works already. Okay, so the moral of the story is sleep early, get enough rest for your brain, think better during exam, better stamina. And of course, good luck for the rest of your papers if you're in JC2. If you're not, if you're going to JC soon and you want to have math tuition, contact me by leaving a comment below. Okay, I'm Teacher Khoo, so thank you for watching my video. Subscribe. Bye-bye.